Hi everyone, welcome back to K-pop Appreciation. My name is Simon, and today we'll be appreciating Red Velvet's Irene and Seulgi's Monster. For those of you new to the channel, this isn't a first-time reaction kind of deal. I have watched this video multiple times already. Okay, many times. What we're going to do here instead is we're going to watch the video 2 times. The first time, without any interruption, I won't pause or anything. I might make a comment here or there. And the second time we watch it, I definitely will stop and pause at certain spots to share my thoughts and feelings about the music, choreography, the set design, video production, etc. Whatever. Okay. So this song came out about 2 weeks ago. I remember the anguish from Revelov's. Revelove, if you're new to K-pop, Revelove is a fan of Red Velvet. Okay, that's their fandom name. Because the song was supposed to drop like on a Monday, but then like there was like a delay, like something had happened, and it didn't get uploaded till like 12 hours later or something ridiculous. Typical SM entertainment. But the song came out. So the song is there's some dubstep elements to it which kind of threw me off. It's really jarring. It's just having the two of them from Red Velvet, Irene and Seulgi, because their main vocalist in Red Velvet, Wendy, she was in a horrible accident in December. So my guess is she's still, recuperating and recovering. So Red Velvet was like, or their label was like, hey, you know what? Let's get you two and do this. Although my understanding is that this was on the in the books for a while. Like their agency had planned this for a long time, even before Wendy's accident. At least that's what I read. I'm not sure how accurate that is. But but Irene and Seulgi, Seulgi, the main dancer of Red Velvet, Irene is the leader, and the visual position is an actual position in K-pop. She's their main visual. Some would say she's the original visual. But Irene's a great. For me, Irene is not just a pretty face. She you can tell she puts in a lot of hours into her craft, dancing and singing. So she holds her own, because Seulgi is like a multi-talented monster. Ha! See what I did there? Anyway, don't take my word for it. Let's just listen to it now. Here is Irene and Seulgi from Red Velvet's Monster. I like this sultry opening.
I'm a little monster. I'm a little monster. 차가운 땅 잿더미 위에서 일어났어. 황혼에서 새벽 난 여전히 존재해. 이 광기가 싫지 않아. 즐기고 있는 걸 넌 벗어날
So typical SM production quality. The set looks gorgeous. Everyone looks gorgeous.
I'm a little monster. I'm a little monster.
Total Instagram filter. That's what it looks like. Oh man, their moves. That was cool.
I'm a little monster.
Ah, see, do you guys notice what's different in this ending choreo? Looks similar, doesn't it? The formation, but there's a difference. I'll point it out in a second. So, yeah, I really appreciate. So when I first heard the song, I didn't know what to make of it. I don't have a favorite in Red Velvet. I try not to have a bias in Red Velvet personally. I don't have a bias in most of the groups I like. That's the For those of you new to K-pop, that's the lingo. Who's your bias? They will ask you. That means who's your favorite in a group. I usually try not to have a bias in a group because I try to appreciate every person in the group equally because they all have their own unique contribution to the group's sound. That being said, if I had to pick a favorite, I would go with in Red Velvet. I would go with Seulgi because she's an amazing dancer, and I've said this many times already in my other appreciation videos about Red Velvet. If Wendy was not in the group, Seulgi would be the main vocalist because she can really sing very well. So I remember when I heard about this subunit, just Irene and Seulgi. By the way, it's I was watching another YouTuber, and he said it's a shame that they didn't call the subunit Serene, which is a great combination of the names Seulgi and Irene. I was like, oh yeah, they should have just called it Serene. Would have been perfect, but anyway. But yeah, when I first heard about this, I was a little scared. I was a little nervous because, like, man, Seulgi's just, a renowned vocalist. And Irene, normally she sub vocalizes when she sings with Red Velvet, and her and their mangne, their youngest in the group, Yeri, they do the raps. If there's a rap part in a Red Velvet song, it's usually split between Irene and Yeri. So I was like, man, I was afraid that Seulgi was just gonna overshadow Irene completely, or like overpower her. But that was not the case here, in my opinion. Okay, if you have a different opinion, that's fair. I respect that. But yeah, for me, I thought Irene held up on her own very well, and her vocal tone added something to the song. If she was not there, then the song would have collapsed. Like, I don't think Seulgi could have held up that entire song by herself, no matter how awesome of a vocalist and performer she is. So yeah, I was very happy that Irene did so well. Which, again, if I'm objective about it, she's not a little girl, she's like 29 years old, almost 30. The young lady, has a fantastic work ethic in developing her skills, and it shows here. And again, I'm not just talking about Seulgi. Again, Seulgi is Seulgi. She's just a paragon of, like, K-pop perfection. Yeah. All right, let's just anything else I want to talk about this song? Oh, yeah, so I watch him perform this in music shows. I think it was Music Bank or Music Core, which are the music shows that are on Friday and Saturday. I think they had their AR track, which is their audio recording track, turned down super low, so you can hear them sing live, and it was pretty freaking impressive because the choreo is it's intense. It was very impressive to watch the two of them. It's very difficult to have just two women on stage try to deliver a performance that fills up the entire stage. I mean, sure, they had backup dancers, but again, the backup, if you have like two subpar performers, you could have 100 backup dancers and it'd still look bad. That was not the case here. I watched pretty much all their performances on music shows in the past 2 weeks. Unfortunately, they only won one music show. Well, that was because they were up against freaking Blackpink, with How You Like That. Sorry, it's still, it's a great song. I'm not throwing shade on Blinks or Blackpink. It's a fun song. Actually, there were some really cute interactions between Seulgi and Jennie from Blackpink. I thought that was nice. But I mean, that Blackpink song was a digital. It was a digital monster. A lot of people downloaded around the world, especially in Thailand. I see you Thai fans. Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, no one was gonna beat Blackpink. Um, on music shows for this promotional cycle. However, they did. I know Monster won. They won a Music Bank last Friday, which was the 17th of July. Yeah, the 17th of July performance on Music Bank. They won because on Music Bank, one of their criteria for scoring, which they put a lot of weight on, is physical album sales, and Monster is part of a physical mini album. So yeah, so they got a lot of points for that. So they won. I mean, bottom line, if your favorites win or don't win, if you still like the song, that shouldn't take anything away from your enjoyment of the song. That's my advice to new K-pop fans. Okay. Yeah, because if you go on the internet, people were like, "Oh, we got robbed from your music show win," blah 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 blah. As a fan who likes a Dreamcatcher, I see this a lot. Okay, because Dreamcatcher has 0 wins, but they're still awesome. Anyway, but back to Irene and Seulgi. Yeah, how they filled up the stage, just the two of them, is a testament to their skill and years of experience, because they've been in show business for 6 years now. So it's really impressive. Anyway, all right. Let's watch the video again. I was watching the behind the scenes, and in this beginning shot, eventually when Seulgi gets closer to Irene, like they gotta stare at each other, and they kept giggling. They kept giggling, so the director had to take multiple takes. So here, all right. So here, it's this. You're gonna see the same exact formation at the end, the very end, right? But here's the thing. So right now, Irene's in the front and Seulgi's in the back. And I was reading one of the YouTube comments, and someone was saying, "Oh, this represents like how Seulgi is the monster in charge. She's the puppet master. She's kind of controlling Irene." But if you wait to the end, formation's the same, but the positions are flipped. Seulgi's in front, but Irene is the one in charge. A long-time Red Velvets will probably agree with me. Irene is the evil mastermind behind Red Velvet, right? That's a running in-joke for Red Velvet fans, because Irene is their leader. She is the leader of the group. But yeah, so the whole song's about this like duality, the egos fighting for control, two monsters being attracted to each other. I think Irene or Seulgi said that in an interview. Yeah, who's the monster on top, essentially? So. Again, so it starts out, okay, Seulgi's singing, and you got dung, 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 that bass. Dung, dung. Great start. So, I remember when I first watched when Irene came in, I was paying super attention. I was thinking, okay, how is she gonna, because I was still a little nervous at that point, because I hadn't heard the song yet. I was like, is it gonna go really well, or is it not gonna go well at all? But no, vocal tone is perfect. It's appropriate for the song. It's a nice counterpoint to the earlier verse that Seulgi sang, in my opinion. Oh, you know what? Oh, perfect. Right there. Hold on. Wait. So yeah, isn't that weird? That paper, like she's cutting out a skull, a picture of a skull. There's a lot of bizarre imagery in this video. On par for an SM video. Okay, SM sometimes, so they go really experimental with the imagery and symbolism in their videos, which I think is kind of cool. There's this one song by an SM group, by EXO. It's called Coco Bop. And man, that song is super trippy. Yeah. I love these quick flashes of Irene. Right here. Wait, hold on, sorry. That's a great shot right there. I mean, she's a beautiful young lady, right? But no. But there's that weird, like, half smirk she's got. Like, she's dangerous. Like, they're both dangerous. That's cool. I like that. I mean, again, come up with a two-person performance and to make it really captivating. You know, your choreo has to be interesting, and and the two girls have to be able to sell it, and I think they did. Right here, pop. This song is this scene, this shot again. There's a hint of, of danger to it, like the way how she's looking at her. There's an old painting called, it was about night terrors, and I think it's called The Nightmare or The Night Terror or something. And I got those vibes, or sleep terror, and people have sleep terrors, right? Or like sleep paralysis, like the sleep paralysis demon is sitting on you. I immediately got that vibe when just looking at that, because the way how she's looking at Seulgi sleeping too. There's a hint of danger. It's very erotic as well. I mean, just the way how Irene is dressed. I mean, it looks very like pristine, chaste Victorian era, like white nightgown, but her midriff is exposed, so there's a hint of like 21st century, fashion there. Yeah. I'm a little monster. I love the stained glass in the back. I think it's really cool. I think it's perfect. Yeah, again, it's just so weird. Do you see the frame? Both frames, the picture frames, it's seashells. It's seashells, and you look at the wall. The wallpaper is super trippy. I don't know what that wallpaper is. I remember looking at that. I had paused at this frame for a while. I'm like, what is on that wallpaper? What's that pattern? It's so weird. I love it.
I'm a little monster. 차가운 땅 잿더미 위에서 일어났어. 황혼에서 새벽 난 여전.
I love how there was almost no instruments in the background there when Irene sang.
I'm a little monster. 차가운 땅 잿더미 위에서
It's just her voice and some snaps. I mean, there's a keyboard. Okay, now we got some more stuff. Seulgi and guns. K-pop and guns. It was Bad Boy. She had a gun. Psycho. Did she have a gun in Psycho? I can't remember. Yeah, anyway. And she's holding these dolls. It's so creepy. You see in the background on the bottom, with the dolls, there's a skull, a human skull, and the way how she's looking at you, again, it's monstrous. That's the vibe we're going for. Anyway, set design aside, just listen to Irene's tone again. I love it. And it's so hard to appreciate Irene's vocal tone in the full 5-member group of Red Velvet, because you got Wendy, you got Joy singing, especially Wendy, and then Seulgi as well, and then usually, again, like I mentioned before, I apologize if I sound like a broken record. Again, Irene normally just does the raps, she sub vocalizes, she harmonizes, and that's that, and it's great. But I really like here this video and this song because we really get to appreciate the vocal tone that she possesses. I'm a little monster. Some people did not like that Instagram filter. Again, for this bridge, the first part of this bridge, if she sucked at singing, there's no way they would give this part to her. Or they would severely auto-tune her voice. And sure, there's some production auto-tune in there, but it's not super heavy, you know. And having watched them perform this live, no, she delivers. She did a good job. Now we got the Seulgi. Got a gun. Oh, okay. Again, Kang Seulgi just going oh. Oh, Seulgi's great. Sorry, I gotta listen to that again. That choreo. Oh man, again, 6 years of experience. You can tell they know the limits of their body movements, what they can do, what they can't do. So good. And it's that, yeah. This is fun to watch live. They really pull it off. Here we go. Back into formation, but now Seulgi's in the front, and Irene is the puppet master. She's controlling. She's behind the scenes, as it should be.
I'm a little monster.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the song, I strongly recommend you type in on YouTube Red Velvet Monster Live, and you get all their performances from M Countdown Music Bank, Show Music Core, and Inkigayo. Those are the music shows. Yeah, no, they're a treat to watch. Good stuff. Good times. Good times. Well, listen, I appreciate you, indulging me in when I'm just ranting and raving about how awesome Irene and Seulgi are. So yeah, hopefully we'll see a full 5-member Red Velvet come back before the end of the year. That being said, I would want their main singer Wendy, because the injuries she had was pretty extensive. It was pretty bad. That happened like December 31st. So if she needs a full year, that's fine. But if they come back, great. If not, Wendy needs the rest, that's fine too. But anyway. Okay, well listen, thank you so much for spending these past 23 minutes with me. I appreciate your time as always. Stay safe out there. It's still crazy. Stay safe. Be good to each other, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye for now.